All right, I'm talking about night eating. Night eating is very common in eating disorders. It's often because the anxiety around eating, especially fear foods, is lower in the evening. I know for me, my personal experience with night eating was that I didn't want to feel anxiety during the day because I felt like it almost was debilitating. I felt like I couldn't function. And so when I would eat something scary earlier in the day, a couple things would happen. One, I felt like I couldn't even concentrate or focus on things that I needed to get done. And two, I had this sense of dread for when night came because I felt like, oh my gosh, I've already eaten these things that I really like today and now I can't eat them again. When you're in recovery, and I mean full recovery, night eating really does eventually go away because what happens is you eat your fear foods in the morning, in the afternoon, all throughout the day, and then having the mindset that I can eat all of this again later tonight is what makes the difference. So I remember when I first started doing that because I was eating so much during the day and then I still wanted to eat all of this stuff at night. And I was panicking because I thought, oh my gosh, this isn't working for me. Like, why isn't the night eating going down? I don't understand what's going on. It was just a process that took a really long time. So for months, I was still eating a ton during the day, all those fear foods and everything that scared me. And then at night, I was giving myself permission to eat, thinking kind of like secretly deep down, I hope I don't still want these things tonight, but I did, honestly, and I was eating unrestrictedly at that point, and so I ate them at night. And eventually things started to regulate where if I crave something in the afternoon, I eat it in the afternoon. If I want more later on, then I want more later on. A perfect example of that would be for me today. This afternoon we had cheesecake in the fridge and I had a slice. And then again later on after dinner, everyone is getting the cheesecake out and I thought, that looks kind of good, and I had another slice. So it's not something that just because you had it earlier now, you can't have it again tonight. So I promise you your body will figure that out. You don't have to intervene. You don't have to okay, now that I ate all this during the day, I'm going to pull back in the evening. That's just setting yourself up for failure because you're not going to want to eat that during the day if you know it means you can't have it at night. So another reason at night it seemed like I would just kind of consume large amounts of food was I hated the feeling of fullness. It put my anxiety through the roof. And so I knew that if I just ate as much as I could before I went to bed late at night and then fell asleep, I wouldn't have to feel that fullness, and then I could wake up in the morning and feel fine. But what that does is sets you up to restrict the next morning because you go to bed feeling pretty full, wake up not feeling full, waking up not feeling hungry, or waking up and feeling hungry but not allowing yourself to eat because you think about everything that you ate the night before. So it's just this vicious cycle of restrict, binge, restrict, binge, restrict, binge. But if you just allow yourself to eat all throughout the day, I promise you that night eating will get resolved. And it might take longer than you want it to. It took a really long time for me before I stopped wanting to eat a lot at night. And there still are nights naturally where, let's say I have a really busy day and I'm like, gosh, I'm so hungry at night, but it's not the same feeling of I've been saving up all day and I have this high because I know I'm going to eat a lot of food. It's very different. So anyways, I wish you luck in that, and I hope that you really kind of give that a little bit of thought and see where you're restricting still during the day and where, when you're not restricting during the day, you may be mentally restricting in the evening because you feel like you don't deserve to eat. All right, thanks so much.